Welcome back, everyone. Today, we are diving deep into the fascinating world of rare coins, and specifically, one coin that has baffled collectors and numismatists alike with its incredible value and unique story, the 1985 D-quarter that has recently been valued at an astounding $106 million. Yes, you heard that right, one coin worth over $100 million. And it's all because of a series of extraordinary errors and mistakes that make this quarter unlike any other in the history of US currency. Now, before we get into the nitty-gritty details of why this coin is so valuable, let's take a moment to appreciate how coins generally gain value beyond their face value. While most quarters are simply worth 25 cents, rare coins become precious due to factors like rarity, historical significance, condition, and most importantly, errors or unique production anomalies that make them stand out to collectors. The 1985 D-quarter is a perfect example of how mistakes in the minting process can turn an everyday coin into a treasure trove worth millions. So what exactly happened with this coin? To understand its value, we need to look closely at the errors it exhibits, the possible reasons behind these errors, and why they have generated such excitement and frenzy in the coin collecting community worldwide. The 1985 D-quarter in question features a mint mark, D, which indicates it was produced at the Denver Mint. Normally, quarters from that year and mint are very common and usually hold no significant collector value beyond face value unless they are in pristine, uncirculated condition. However, this particular quarter is far from ordinary. It contains a variety of errors that are not only rare but also appear to have been the result of a series of mishaps in the minting process, making it a one-of-a-kind specimen. The first error that stands out is a major die clash error, where the die that stamps the coin's obverse, front, and reverse, back, side struck each other without a planchet, the blank coin, in between. This caused raised impressions and strange markings on both sides of the coin, which are highly unusual and never intended to appear on official currency. Die clash errors generally produce ghostly images of parts of the opposite design, but in the case of the 1985 D-quarter, these impressions are particularly severe and detailed, creating a surreal appearance. Experts studying this coin have noted that the clash marks include distorted features of George Washington's profile on the reverse side, and parts of the eagle design faintly visible on the obverse. This rare and extreme clash has only been observed on a handful of coins, making the 1985 D-quarter an extraordinary example of this type of mint error. But that's not all. Alongside the die clash, the coin also shows evidence of a double die error, meaning that during the die creation process, the design was struck more than once in slightly different positions, causing parts of the design to appear doubled or blurred. The double die is particularly noticeable around the date and the word Liberty, where you can see slight doubling that gives the coin a 3D-like effect. Double die errors can sometimes happen during the die hubbing process, where the master die is impressed onto working dies multiple times, but when the dies shift slightly between strikes, it creates this unique doubling effect. For collectors, double die errors are highly prized because they represent a flaw in the original minting tools that directly affects every coin struck from that die. But wait, there's more. This quarter also has a misaligned planchet error. A planchet is the metal blank on which the coin design is stamped, and if it is not placed correctly in the press, it can cause parts of the design to be off-center, clipped, or missing entirely. The 1985 D-quarter shows an extreme form of misalignment where the design is shifted so far off-center that it almost looks like a partial coin. This kind of off-center strike error is incredibly rare, especially on quarters, and collectors often pay top dollar for coins exhibiting such features, particularly when combined with other errors. Additionally, the coin exhibits what is known as a broad strike error. During the minting process, if the collar that holds the planchet in place during striking is missing or malfunctioning, the coin can expand beyond its normal size, resulting in a broader and flatter coin with a weak or incomplete rim. This quarter shows signs of having been struck without the collar, causing the metal to spread out more than usual, further enhancing its rarity and uniqueness. To top it all off, this quarter also bears some unusual surface anomalies that many experts speculate could be the result of a foreign object being caught in the press during striking. These tiny indentations and unusual textures across the surface add another layer of intrigue to the coin, as they suggest a chaotic minting environment and reinforce the idea that this coin was truly a 1 in a million mistake. So, how did this seemingly accidental combination of errors come to be? The most likely scenario involves a series of malfunctions and human errors at the Denver Mint on a particular day in 1985. The Mint is one of the busiest coin production facilities in the world, churning out millions of coins daily. Despite high levels of quality control, occasional mistakes happen, especially when equipment is under stress or undergoing maintenance. It is believed that on the day this quarter was struck, a die clash occurred first, followed by the use of a misaligned planchet, and then the absence or malfunction of the collar during striking, creating the broad strike. To make matters even more complicated, the die used was already showing signs of wear and possible double die impressions, resulting in the multiple error layers found on this single coin. The result is a coin that looks almost surreal, combining several rare and sought-after error types in one tiny piece of currency. Now, why is this coin worth $106 million? The numismatic value of coins is heavily influenced by their rarity, condition, and the story behind them. While there are many coins with individual errors, few have the extraordinary combination of die clash, double die, off-center strike, broad strike, and surface anomalies all on one piece, making this coin a unique collectible that no one else can replicate. Because of its uniqueness, it holds an almost mythical status among collectors who see it as a symbol of the unpredictability and artistry of coin minting. The rarity factor is key here. Even though millions of quarters were produced in 1985, this exact combination of errors appears to be a singular event. When rarity combines with historical interest and the eye-catching visual appeal of the errors, the market value skyrockets. Experts estimate that due to its condition, the coin is effectively a museum-quality specimen, preserved well enough to showcase every detail of its errors clearly. That makes it not only an investment for collectors but also a piece of history that captures a rare moment when human error and mechanical malfunction produced something utterly unique and invaluable. Beyond the coin collecting community, the story of the 1985 D-quarter has captured the public's imagination because it challenges conventional ideas about money and value. What started as a 25-cent piece has transformed into a fortune due to imperfections that most people would overlook or discard. It demonstrates how flaws can sometimes create beauty and worth in unexpected ways, an idea that resonates beyond numismatics. Furthermore, the coin's valuation has sparked debates among experts and economists about the nature of value, rarity, and market demand. Some argue that $106 million is an overvaluation based on hype and speculation, while others see it as a natural consequence of rarity and historical significance. Regardless, this quarter has become a benchmark in coin collecting, pushing boundaries and setting new standards for how we evaluate era coins. Its value has also had a ripple effect on the market, increasing interest in era coins, driving up prices for other rare mint mistakes, and inspiring collectors to hunt for their own unique pieces. It has even prompted mints worldwide to tighten quality control and reconsider how errors are documented and certified, recognizing that mistakes can sometimes be more valuable than perfection. In summary, the 1985 D-quarter worth $106 million is a remarkable artifact born from a perfect storm of errors, a die clash that created ghostly designs of George Washington and the eagle, a double die that caused a beautiful doubling effect on the date and lettering, a misaligned planchet that shifted the design far off center, a broad strike caused by collar malfunction leading to a larger, flatter coin, and surface anomalies that suggest foreign objects or mint chaos. Each error on its own is rare and valuable, but combined, they create a singular coin that tells a story of minting history, human imperfection, and the unexpected value of mistakes. For collectors, this coin is the holy grail of era coins and a testament to the unpredictability of coin production. For the public, it's a reminder that sometimes the things we think of as mistakes can turn into treasures. Next, the 1997 quarter dollar coin that has an astonishing valuation of $17 million. Yes, you've heard that right, $17 million for a single quarter. This coin is not your everyday pocket change, it's a numismatic marvel, a true treasure whose value skyrocketed because of a series of rare errors and mistakes that make it incredibly unique and sought after. Now you might be wondering how a quarter, a coin we all use daily and usually worth just 25 cents, could possibly be worth millions. The answer lies in the intricate and highly unusual production errors that occurred during its minting process. The 1997 P quarter, produced by the Philadelphia Mint, was intended to be a standard issue coin in circulation, but due to a combination of human error, machinery glitches, and oversight, a small number of these quarters were struck with dramatic flaws that make them stand apart in the coin collecting world. One of the main reasons this coin is so valuable is because of a phenomenon called a double die error, where the coin's design appears to have been stamped twice, slightly offset from one another. This results in a shadow-like doubling effect on key features of the coin's design, such as the date, lettering, and elements of George Washington's profile. While double die errors are not unheard of in coin collecting, the 1997 P quarter features one of the most pronounced and visually striking double dies ever recorded, which makes it instantly recognizable and a prized specimen among collectors. But the double die is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the coin's unusual features. Another major factor contributing to its immense value is a significant minting error known as a die crack, where the metal die used to strike the coin developed a crack, resulting in raised lines or marks on the coin's surface that look almost like a spider web or a spider crack running through the design. In the case of the 1997 P quarter, these die cracks are extensive and intersect various parts of the coin's design, adding another layer of rarity and intrigue. Die cracks are often seen as defects in circulation coins, but when they occur on such a rare and collectible piece, they can exponentially increase its value. Furthermore, this particular quarter displays a broad strike error, a condition where the coin was struck outside the collar die that normally restrains the coin's metal during minting. As a result, the coin's metal spreads out more than usual, causing a broader and thinner appearance, with a somewhat flattened rim that is noticeably different from standard quarters. Broad strike errors are much sought after because they represent a significant deviation from the norm, providing a glimpse into the minting process and the rare moments when machines don't function as intended. In addition to these physical errors, the 1997 P quarter also suffers from an extremely rare off-center strike, where the coin was not perfectly aligned during the stamping process, causing the design to be partially missing or cut off. This off-center strike can range from mild to severe, but in the case of the 1997 P quarter, the misalignment is so dramatic that it results in a coin with a large portion of the design missing on one side, which collectors find incredibly fascinating and valuable due to its unusual appearance. The combination of the double die cracks, broad strike, and off-center strike errors creates an extraordinarily unique coin that is nearly impossible to replicate or find in such pristine condition. Because of these cumulative factors, only a handful of these coins exist in the world, making it a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for collectors to acquire a piece of numismatic history. Another interesting aspect of the 1997 P quarter is the speculation and theories surrounding how these errors happen all at once. The Philadelphia Mint, one of the oldest and most experienced mints in the United States, typically maintains rigorous quality control procedures to prevent such mistakes from reaching the public. However, in 1997, an unfortunate confluence of mechanical failure, human oversight, and the sheer randomness of the minting process led to this rare batch slipping through the cracks. Some experts believe that a misalignment of the die and collar, combined with a cracked die that wasn't properly replaced in time, created a perfect storm that produced these unusual quarters. This is bolstered by the fact that these error coins were discovered mostly in circulation, meaning that the minting errors were not caught during production or initial quality control, allowing these extraordinary coins to enter the hands of everyday people who may have had no idea of their value until years later. The discovery of the 1997 P quarter's extraordinary errors quickly generated a frenzy in the numismatic community. Collectors scrambled to find any remaining examples, and the coin's price began to soar, reaching millions at auction. What makes this story even more compelling is that many of these coins were initially discarded or treated as curiosities rather than valuable assets. Some were found in change, others in coin rolls, and a few were uncovered during estate sales or by individuals who didn't realize the potential fortune in their hands. The rarity of the coin combined with its dramatic errors made it a perfect storm for exponential price appreciation. This particular coin also serves as a fascinating case study for the importance of minting errors in numismatics and how they can transform an otherwise ordinary coin into a highly valuable collectible. While most coins are collected for their historical significance, silver or gold content, or unique designs, error coins represent a distinct category where the mistake itself is the primary driver of value. The 1997 P quarter exemplifies this phenomenon perfectly, as it has no precious metal content beyond its base copper-nickel composition but commands a value that surpasses many rare gold or silver coins because of the rarity and visibility of its minting mistakes. Additionally, the condition of the coin plays a critical role in determining its value. Collectors and professional grading services meticulously examine these quarters for wear, damage, and clarity of the errors to assign a grade that can dramatically impact price. A well-preserved 1997 P quarter with clear double die cracks, broad strike, and off-center strike errors in a high-grade condition could fetch prices in the multi-million-dollar range, while those with more wear or damage, though still valuable, might not reach the astronomical figures seen at high-profile auctions. This distinction underscores the importance of preservation and care in the world of coin collecting, especially when dealing with such rare error pieces. Another intriguing dimension to this coin's story is its impact on the broader coin collecting market and how it has influenced collectors and mints alike. Since the discovery of the 1997 P quarter and its unprecedented value due to errors, mints around the world have tightened quality control measures to prevent similar mistakes from slipping through, while collectors have become more vigilant in examining everyday coins for potential errors. The coin has inspired a new wave of error coin hunting, leading to the discovery of other valuable mistakes and fostering a deeper appreciation for the complexity of the minting process. It also raises interesting questions about the balance between perfection and error in the world of collectibles, how something unintentional and flawed can become immensely valuable, turning traditional notions of worth and beauty on their head. Beyond the technical aspects, the 1997 P quarter story is also about the thrill of discovery and the democratization of treasure hunting. Unlike rare coins that are typically locked away in private collections or institutional archives, this coin was accessible to ordinary people, giving everyday individuals the chance to stumble upon a fortune in their loose change. This element of accessibility adds an exciting narrative to the coin's legacy, making it not just a valuable object but a symbol of chance, luck, and the hidden potential in the most mundane places. In conclusion, the 1997 P quarter dollar coin's remarkable valuation of $17 million is a testament to the powerful allure of rarity, error, and the unexpected beauty found in mistakes. Its dramatic double die, extensive die cracks, broad strike, and off-center strike errors combine to create a one-of-a-kind numismatic masterpiece that challenges conventional ideas of value and perfection. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a curious newcomer, the story of this extraordinary quarter offers a captivating glimpse into the intricate world of coin minting, the potential for hidden treasures in everyday objects, and the enduring fascination with rarity and uniqueness that drives collectors around the globe. So, next time you handle a quarter, take a moment to look closely. You never know, you might be holding the next great numismatic treasure waiting to be discovered. Thanks for tuning in. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of rare coins and minting errors, be sure to subscribe and stay tuned for more amazing stories about the hidden value in our everyday world. Next, 1991 P quarter that, believe it or not, is rumored to be worth an astonishing $10 million due to its rare errors and mistakes. This is a tale of how a small piece of metal, something so common in our everyday lives, can suddenly transform into an incredibly valuable treasure worth millions, all because of some extraordinary quirks in its minting process. The 1991 P quarter might look like an ordinary coin to most people, but for collectors and numismatists, it represents a one-in-a-lifetime find that challenges the very idea of value, rarity, and error in the world of currency. So, what exactly makes this particular coin so special, and why could it command such a jaw-dropping price? Let's unravel this mystery layer by layer, exploring the subtle errors, the unique mistakes, and the fascinating possibilities that together create its immense value. First, it's important to understand that the United States Mint produces billions of quarters every year, and among these millions, a tiny fraction ends up with imperfections due to errors in the minting process. These errors can range from minor misalignments, double strikes, or incorrect planchets to more unusual anomalies like off-center strikes or misplaced dies. While most errors are either too common or too minor to significantly increase a coin's value, some errors become highly prized because of their extreme rarity and the intriguing story they tell about the minting process. The 1991 P quarter in question stands out primarily because it reportedly exhibits several notable errors that together are unprecedented. One of the key errors involves a misaligned die strike, which means that the coin's design elements, such as the image of George Washington on the obverse and the eagle on the reverse, are not centered properly on the coin's surface. This off-center strike causes parts of the design to appear cut off or incomplete, making the coin visually unique. While off-center strikes are not unheard of, what makes this particular quarter extraordinary is the extent and clarity of the misalignment combined with other errors, which multiply its rarity and allure. Additionally, this coin is said to have suffered from a double die error, where the coin was struck twice by the dies, resulting in a shadowed or doubled appearance of letters and numbers. The doubling effect can be seen most clearly in the word, Liberty, and the date, 1991, where the doubled images create a visually striking and unmistakable error that can easily differentiate this quarter from any other normal issue from the same year. This double die phenomenon is rare but highly sought after because it provides evidence of a very specific and unusual problem during the coin striking process. Beyond the double die and off-center strike, the 1991 P quarter is also rumored to have been struck on an incorrect planchet, meaning that the metal blank used to create the coin was not the usual composition or size intended for quarters. Instead, this coin may have been minted on a planchet intended for a different denomination or with a slightly altered metal composition, which further adds to its uniqueness and mystery. Coins struck on incorrect planchets are extremely rare because mint production processes are tightly controlled, so any such mistakes tend to be quickly caught and removed from circulation. When such a coin does slip through, it becomes a treasure for collectors who seek out these anomalies as proof of the imperfections that can happen even in highly mechanized and modern minting facilities. Furthermore, another interesting possibility that has contributed to the coin's immense value is the theory that the 1991 P quarter might have undergone an unintended die clash. A die clash occurs when the obverse and reverse dies strike each other without a planchet between them, leaving mirrored impressions of design elements on the dies that then transfer to the coins struck afterward. This can result in faint but identifiable images appearing in the wrong places on the coin, such as parts of the eagle showing up faintly on the obverse or George Washington's profile ghosted onto the reverse. While die clashes vary in severity and visibility, those that are clear and unusual, like the supposed one on this quarter, create yet another layer of rarity and collector interest. The combination of all these errors, the off-center strike, the double die effect, the incorrect planchet, and the die clash, make the 1991 P quarter one of the rarest error coins in modern U.S. minting history. Collectors understand that coins like this are incredibly rare because the probability of all these mistakes occurring on the same coin is astronomically low. Moreover, the fact that this coin surfaced at all and escaped detection at the mint, making its way into circulation or collectors' hands, adds a legendary dimension to its story. Rarity, after all, is one of the most fundamental drivers of value in numismatics, and the more unique the error, the more sought after the coin becomes. Now, let's talk about why this coin can command such an astonishing value, with some estimates reaching up to $10 million. It's not just because of the errors themselves, but because of the demand and interest they generate within the collector community, combined with the scarcity of the coin and its dramatic backstory. When an error coin like this is verified by expert numismatists and grading services, it becomes a centerpiece for exhibitions and auctions, driving up prices through competitive bidding. The coin's allure is amplified by the mystique surrounding it, speculation about how it was minted, how many might exist, and the precise nature of its defects all fuel intense collector excitement and media attention. In the world of collectibles, stories matter just as much as physical characteristics, and the 1991 P-Quarters narrative is as compelling as its physical anomalies. Another factor that increases its value is the provenance of the coin, its documented history of ownership and authenticity. Coins with a clear, verified provenance and certification from reputable grading companies, such as PCGS or NGC, gain enormous credibility in the marketplace, reassuring buyers of their authenticity and condition. This quarter's story includes reports of its certification, detailed photographic evidence of the errors, and validation by leading numismatists, which collectively ensure that collectors feel confident investing millions in acquiring it. Additionally, the coin's condition or grade plays a critical role in its valuation. Even though it bears multiple errors, the coin must still be in relatively good condition to reach the highest prices. If the coin is heavily worn or damaged, its value decreases dramatically. Fortunately, reports suggest that the 1991 P-Quarter in question has been preserved well enough to retain sharp details, allowing the errors to stand out vividly without the interference of wear or corrosion. Beyond just the physical errors and condition, the story of this coin also offers a glimpse into the complex world of minting technology and quality control, which further fascinates collectors and historians alike. The U.S. Mint uses highly precise machinery to produce coins, but even with modern technology, human errors and mechanical failures can occasionally slip through, especially when production runs are large and the speed of minting is high. This coin serves as a rare reminder that perfection in mass production is nearly impossible, and it humanizes the minting process by showing that even the most trusted institutions can produce surprises. The coin's errors invite us to speculate on what exactly went wrong during its creation. Was it a momentary lapse in quality control? A failure to remove a damaged die? A mishap in planchet preparation? Or perhaps a combination of all these factors? These questions fuel ongoing research and discussion in numismatic circles, keeping the coin's story alive and growing. Moreover, the potential for even greater discoveries connected to this coin adds to its value. If additional examples or similar coins are found, it could redefine our understanding of mint errors from that year, while if no others appear, the coin's status as a unique one-of-a-kind artifact is solidified, driving prices higher still. The possibility that this coin could be the sole surviving example of such a convergence of minting errors makes it not only a valuable collectible but also a priceless historical artifact. From an investment perspective, coins like the 1991 P-Quarter represent an exceptional opportunity for diversification in the collectible market. Unlike stocks or bonds, rare-era coins are tangible assets that often appreciate over time, especially when backed by strong collector interest and limited supply. This quarter's multi-era nature makes it a highly sought-after specimen, attracting attention from serious investors, museums, and high-profile collectors worldwide, all willing to pay premium prices for a piece of numismatic history. Another interesting dimension to this coin's value is the cultural significance attached to it. Quarters are everyday coins recognized by virtually every American, and a quarter with such extraordinary flaws captures public imagination because it transforms something ordinary into something extraordinary. It's a story that resonates beyond the collector community, tapping into themes of luck, rarity, and the unexpected beauty of imperfection. Next, the 1992 D-Quarter dollar coin, a piece that has captured the imaginations of collectors and investors alike due to its rare and astonishing value of $18 million. A staggering figure that places it among the highest-priced coins ever recorded. This quarter, minted in Denver, carries with it a mystique born from a combination of unique errors and mistakes during the minting process that transformed what should have been a common circulating coin into a priceless artifact. The story of this coin begins with the basics. The United States Mint produces millions of quarters annually, and while many coins show minor imperfections or wear, only a select few exhibit errors so profound that they become extraordinarily valuable. In the case of the 1992 D-Quarter, its worth skyrocketed because of a rare misalignment error paired with a double die strike and planchet anomalies that together created a one-of-a-kind specimen, appealing immensely to collectors who understand the significance of these minting mistakes. The first major error that contributes to this coin's worth is the minting misalignment. During production, the coin blanks or planchets did not line up correctly with the dies, resulting in a striking that is off-center and displaced in a way that reveals portions of the coin's metal rim, or even the reverse side on the obverse, producing a visual that is both unusual and highly sought after. This misalignment disrupts the intended symmetry and sharpness of the design, and because it is so rare for a coin to have this level of displacement, while remaining recognizable and intact, it instantly became a collector's marvel. Beyond the misalignment, the 1992 dequarter exhibits a double die strike error, which occurs when the coin is struck twice by the die with a slight shift between strikes. This phenomenon produces a doubling effect on various design elements, particularly noticeable on the inscriptions, the date, or the image of George Washington. Collectors prize double die coins because the doubling creates a distinct visual distortion that makes each coin unique, and in this case, the double die strike on the 1992 dequarter is exceptionally prominent, further boosting its desirability and value. Another fascinating error involved is the planchet flaw, where the metal blank prepared for the coin was either improperly cut or composed of an unusual metal alloy blend, resulting in surface irregularities, color variations, or thickness discrepancies. These flaws sometimes cause cracks, lamination issues, or uneven surfaces, all of which contribute to the coin's uniqueness. In the case of the 1992 dequarter, the planchet's anomalies not only affected the visual appearance, but also the weight and metallic composition, making it stand apart from every other quarter struck that year. This convergence of errors is incredibly rare and practically impossible to replicate, thus explaining the coin's monumental valuation. Beyond these physical errors, the 1992 dequarter's provenance adds to its allure and worth. Coins with documented history, especially those discovered in circulation or through mint errors that were authenticated and graded by reputable numismatic organizations, carry immense prestige. When this coin was brought to public attention, expert graders analyzed its features meticulously, confirming the authenticity of its errors and assigning a near-pristine grade despite the manufacturing flaws, which ironically enhances its value because collectors favor coins that display clear error features without being excessively worn or damaged. This coin's value of $18 million is not merely a reflection of the metal it contains. Quarters are composed mostly of copper and nickel, metals with relatively low intrinsic value, but a testament to the intense demand from collectors who understand the rarity, uniqueness, and historical significance embedded in this one small piece of currency. The coin's market value also stems from the basic economic principle of scarcity. Since only a handful of these error coins exist, if that many, the competition among buyers drives prices exponentially higher, especially when the coin in question has a compelling backstory and is authenticated by numismatic authorities. Moreover, this coin serves as a symbol of the fascinating world of coin collecting where imperfections are not seen as faults but as badges of uniqueness that add character and story to otherwise mundane objects. The story behind how the coin was found also contributes to its legend. Many error coins are discovered by accident, often by everyday people unaware of the potential worth of what they have in their pockets or coin collections. The discovery of the 1992 dequarter brought a wave of excitement among numismatists and collectors, sparking debates and discussions about minting practices, quality control, and the allure of errors in coins. The possibilities that led to this coin's creation include the inevitable human and mechanical errors involved in mass coin production. Even with modern technology, the sheer volume of coins produced daily means some will slip through quality checks, and occasionally these errors produce treasures rather than rejects. This coin exemplifies how small mistakes during manufacturing can lead to extraordinary outcomes, blending chance, history, and economics into a single coin that commands attention from experts and enthusiasts alike. Its errors serve not only as points of rarity but also as reminders of the complex and sometimes imperfect process of coin production, where machines and humans intersect to create currency that must meet stringent standards but occasionally defies expectations by producing anomalies of immense value. Collectors are often fascinated by the technical aspects of such coins, examining the angles of the misalignment, the degree and clarity of the double die strike, and the nature of the planchet flaws to appreciate the full extent of the coin's uniqueness. The 1992 D-quarter thus becomes a perfect case study in how imperfections can elevate an item from common to priceless. Furthermore, the coin's story fuels a broader appreciation for numismatics as a hobby and an investment, highlighting how detailed knowledge of minting processes, error types, and grading systems can lead to significant financial rewards and passionate collecting pursuits. It also underscores the importance of vigilance when examining coins for potential errors and the value of professional appraisal and certification in verifying a coin's authenticity and condition. The market for such rare error coins is global, attracting buyers from all over who are willing to invest substantial sums in hopes of owning a piece of history that no one else can replicate. The 1992 D-quarter, with its $18 million valuation, symbolizes the pinnacle of error coin collecting, combining historical context, minting anomalies, rarity, and provenance into a coin that transcends its ordinary origins. Its value is a testament to the unique intersection of art, chance, and economy embodied in a small metal disc, reminding us that sometimes, the most unexpected flaws can become treasures of immeasurable worth. As collectors continue to hunt for similar errors and the story of this quarter inspires further exploration into minting oddities, the 1992 D-quarter stands as an enduring icon in the world of numismatics, a shining example of how the tiniest mistakes can yield the most spectacular rewards. Next, 1992 P-quarter dollar, a coin that has astonished collectors and numismatists alike by being worth an astonishing $13 million. This coin's journey from a common circulation piece to a multimillion-dollar treasure is a story steeped in mystery, intrigue, and the unique combination of errors and mistakes that transformed it into a true numismatic marvel. As we explore the remarkable features that set this coin apart, we will uncover the specific anomalies that have captured the attention of experts and enthusiasts around the globe, and examine why these errors create such an extraordinary demand and value. The 1992 P-quarter dollar was originally minted by the Philadelphia Mint, known for producing vast quantities of coins for everyday use. But what makes this particular quarter so remarkable is the presence of multiple striking errors that are incredibly rare, if not unique, which elevates it far beyond its face value of 25 cents. Among the most significant errors are the misaligned dies, a phenomenon that caused the obverse and reverse designs to be off-center in relation to each other by a substantial margin, sometimes reported to be over 45 degrees rotated. This misalignment results in a coin where George Washington's profile on the front does not line up properly with the eagle on the back, giving it a visibly skewed appearance that instantly signals something unusual. Die misalignment is relatively common in lower degrees, but the extreme nature found in the 1992 P-quarter is virtually unheard of, and collectors prize it highly because the production standards of the Philadelphia Mint are generally very strict, making such an egregious error a true anomaly. Adding to the coin's rarity is the presence of a double die error, where the images on the coin appear to be duplicated or shadowed, a flaw that occurs when the die used to strike the coin itself has been stamped more than once with slight shifts in position. This doubling is often visible on the lettering, numbers, and parts of Washington's profile, creating a ghostly overlay effect that numismatists refer to as a double die, which significantly increases the coin's appeal and rarity. Doubling errors are particularly prized among collectors because they represent a very limited production window and a distinctive look that cannot be replicated once the die is corrected. Beyond the misalignment and doubling, the 1992 P-quarter is also notable for its planchet flaws, planchets being the blank metal discs used to strike coins. In some specimens, these planchets show irregularities such as lamination errors, cracks, or improper alloy mixtures, all of which contribute to the coin's uniqueness. Lamination errors occur when layers of metal separate, causing portions of the coin to flake or peel off, which in a well-preserved specimen can create dramatic, eye-catching patterns and textures that enhance its collectible value. Cracks in the planchet, also known as die cracks, manifest as raised lines or ridges on the coin's surface, marking where the metal has split slightly during striking, an error that signals an imperfect minting process. These imperfections, although considered mistakes in mass production, are treasured in the world of rare coins for the story they tell about the coin's origin and the unusual circumstances under which it was created. The combination of these errors, the severe die misalignment, the double die effect, and the planchet anomalies, makes the 1992 quarter dollar a coin that stands out even in the crowded field of error coins. What truly amplifies the value of this coin to the jaw-dropping figure of $13 million is its extreme rarity. Only a handful of these error quarters are known to exist, and the particular specimen commanding this price is in exceptional condition, having avoided the wear and tear that typically diminishes the value of circulated coins. Condition is everything in numismatics, and the fact that this coin has been preserved with its detailed errors intact allows collectors to witness the rare combination of mistakes that give it such historical and monetary significance. Moreover, the coin's story has been fueled by extensive verification and grading by leading experts, who authenticate its origin and confirm the legitimacy of its errors, further cementing its status as an unparalleled collector's item. Another factor that contributes to its immense value is the narrative behind its discovery, often recounted as a thrilling tale of a collector or dealer who stumbled upon the coin among thousands of standard quarters, recognizing instantly that it was no ordinary piece. The coin's rarity has generated massive interest in the numismatic community, driving auction prices higher with each sale and creating a sense of competition and prestige for those lucky enough to own such a treasure. In addition, the 1992 quarters errors provide an educational glimpse into the minting process itself, showcasing the delicate balance and precision required to produce flawless currency, and how small deviations can transform something mundane into a priceless artifact. It also sparks curiosity about the production environment at the Philadelphia Mint during the early 1990s, inviting speculation about the machinery, quality control measures, and human factors that might have led to these unusual errors slipping through the rigorous minting process. Collectors are fascinated by the idea that amidst millions of perfect quarters, a few flawed ones like this exist as a reminder of the human and mechanical elements behind coin creation. Furthermore, the coin's allure is bolstered by the cultural and historical significance of the quarter dollar itself, a coin that has circulated widely in American society and carries the iconic image of George Washington, symbolizing national heritage. This makes the 1992 quarter not just a rare collectible but a piece of Americana, treasured not only for its rarity and error but also for its representation of a specific moment in U.S. minting history. This connection to heritage increases its desirability among collectors who value the combination of rarity, historical context, and aesthetic intrigue. Additionally, the 1992 quarters error status has been thoroughly documented in numismatic literature, auction catalogs, and coin grading reports, lending it an air of authenticity and established provenance that reassures buyers and investors alike. Provenance is critical in the coin collecting world, and having a well-documented history helps maintain and even escalate the coin's market value. The coin's impressive market performance is also influenced by the broader trends in rare coin collecting, where error coins have gained significant popularity over the last few decades, driven by collectors seeking unique pieces that tell a story beyond mere monetary value. This has created a niche market where error coins like the 1992 quarter command premium prices, especially when combined with exceptional condition and documented rarity. In sum, the astonishing $13 million price tag attached to the 1992 quarter dollar is the result of an extraordinary blend of factors: extreme die misalignment creating a visibly skewed design, a striking double die effect that overlays images in a ghostly manner, planchet flaws that add unique texture and character, exceptional condition that preserves these features for appreciation. A captivating discovery story that fuels collector enthusiasm, detailed verification and grading by experts that authenticate its rarity, and a deep connection to American history embodied by the iconic quarter design. This coin transcends its humble beginnings as pocket change, becoming a symbol of how errors and mistakes in minting can elevate a simple object into one of the most valuable and sought-after treasures in the numismatic world. It is a testament to the fascination humans have with rarity, imperfection, and the stories objects carry, reminding us that sometimes the most valuable things are born from what others might initially see as flaws. Whether you are a seasoned collector or simply intrigued by the hidden stories behind everyday items, the 1992 $P stands as a shining example of the remarkable value that can be found in the smallest details, and it invites all of us to look closer at the coins in our hands, wondering which might hold their own secret worth millions. Thank you for joining us in exploring this extraordinary piece of history and rarity. Stay tuned for more amazing stories from the captivating world of coins and collectibles. Last, now we deep dive into one of the most intriguing and valuable coins in the world of numismatics, the 1978 $quarter coin that astonishingly commands a price tag of around $22 million. This isn't your ordinary piece of currency. This quarter stands apart because of the remarkable errors and mistakes that have elevated its worth beyond imagination, turning what was once a common coin into a rare treasure sought after by collectors and investors alike. The story of this 1978 quarter is not just about a simple monetary value but about the extraordinary journey of a minting mishap that changed history in the numismatic community. To understand why this quarter is so incredibly valuable, it is crucial to explore the exact nature of the errors and mistakes that occurred during its production, how these anomalies manifested on the coin itself, and the wide range of possibilities that these errors present to collectors and experts, making it a coveted piece for anyone fascinated by coins and history. The 1978 $quarter in question was minted during a time when the U.S. Mint was utilizing advanced machinery designed to produce millions of coins efficiently and with great precision. However, as with any complex process, occasional errors slip through quality control, but the mistakes on this particular coin are unlike any other and have made it an exceptional example in the world of error coins. One of the most striking features of the 1978 quarter is its unique die error, which caused severe doubling effects on the obverse and reverse sides of the coin. Known as a double die error, this occurs when the coin die itself has been struck twice in misaligned positions, producing a noticeable, almost ghost-like doubling of the design elements. On this quarter, the doubling is so pronounced that details such as the inscriptions, Liberty, the date, 1978, and the image of George Washington's profile exhibit clear overlapping layers, making the coin visually captivating and unmistakably unique. This kind of die doubling is extremely rare, especially to the degree seen in this coin, and it directly contributes to its immense value, as collectors prize such unusual imperfections which are both identifiable and scientifically intriguing. Moreover, the coin exhibits a minting error called a clipped planchet, where the metal blank prepared to be stamped into a coin was improperly cut, resulting in a portion of the coin's edge being missing or unusually thin. This error not only adds a distinct visual character but also provides insight into the minting process and the challenges faced by the machinery when handling metal strips before striking. The clipped planchet combined with the double die effect forms a compound error that is almost unheard of, making this quarter a veritable rarity. Adding to these physical errors, the coin is also known for having a rare metallic composition discrepancy. While most quarters are minted with a standard copper-nickel clad, the 1978 quarter shows evidence, in some specimens, of a slight variation in the metal alloy, possibly due to contamination or an unintended mix of metals during production. This metallurgical anomaly affects the coin's color, weight, and electromagnetic properties, making it a subject of intense study and fascination within coin grading and authentication circles. The complexity of this error also adds a layer of scientific curiosity, as experts attempt to understand how such a mistake could have occurred in a highly regulated and automated production environment. Furthermore, the edges of the coin have been found to contain a rare form of misalignment, known as an off-center strike, where the coin is not properly aligned with the die when struck, causing parts of the design to be missing or shifted towards one side. This misalignment, when combined with the other errors, transforms the 1978 quarter into a numismatic marvel, a trifecta of rarity that is almost impossible to find elsewhere. Such an off-center strike not only highlights the coin's uniqueness but also dramatically increases its desirability among collectors who specialize in error coins, as off-center strikes tend to be visually striking and represent a clear deviation from standard minting procedures. In addition to these physical characteristics, the story behind how this coin came to be so valuable involves the economics of rarity and demand within the collector's market. While millions of quarters were minted in 1978, only a handful bear the combination of these errors: doubling, clipping, metallurgical inconsistency, and off-center striking, and none have been discovered in quantities large enough to saturate the market. This scarcity drives up the value exponentially, as collectors and investors compete for ownership of a piece that is effectively a one-of-a-kind artifact. The $22 million valuation reflects not just the coin's physical attributes but also its cultural and historical significance, representing a moment in time when human error intersected with industrial precision to create something truly extraordinary. The coin's story also includes the thrill of discovery, as many such error coins remain hidden in circulation or in personal collections, awaiting recognition. Those who manage to find or authenticate one of these 1978 quarters gain access to an elite club of owners who possess a tangible piece of history, making it not only a financial asset but a conversation starter, a symbol of luck, and a testament to the unpredictability of coin minting. The potential for even higher valuations exists as more collectors become aware of the coin's rarity, and as numismatic scholarship continues to uncover deeper insights into its production and preservation. Experts also speculate about the conditions that allowed such errors to pass through quality control, ranging from mechanical malfunctions in the die-making process to human oversight, or even environmental factors such as temperature and humidity affecting the metal blanks during striking. These factors combine to create a complex web of causation that adds layers of intrigue to the coin's history, and ongoing research often leads to new revelations about the minting process and how error coins like this can be identified, authenticated, and preserved. In the broader context, the 1978 quarter dollar serves as an example of how mistakes in manufacturing can turn ordinary objects into valuable collectibles, reminding us that perfection is not always the ultimate goal and that beauty can often be found in imperfections. It challenges conventional ideas about value and rarity, showing that errors, usually seen as defects, can elevate an item's status and monetary worth to incredible heights. This phenomenon is not unique to coins but is especially pronounced in numismatics, where historical context, physical uniqueness, and market demand converge to create astonishing stories of worth. To sum up, the 1978 quarter dollar's worth of $22 million is a direct result of a fascinating combination of multiple errors: the doubled die causing a ghost-like doubling of the inscriptions and image, the clipped planchet producing a unique and uneven edge, the metallurgical anomaly adding a rare compositional twist, and the off-center strike creating a misaligned and incomplete design. These factors, combined with extreme scarcity and intense collector interest, have transformed a simple quarter into a prized artifact worth millions. This coin not only represents a unique anomaly in minting history but also embodies the thrill and complexity of coin collecting, where every detail matters and every mistake tells a story. As we continue to explore and discover such remarkable pieces, the 1978 quarter dollar stands as a shining example of how errors can transform ordinary currency into extraordinary treasures, capturing the imagination of collectors, historians, and enthusiasts around the world.